If you're like me, your number one goal in Rocket League is to someday hit Supersonic Legend. And if you're like me, you also know that it is very difficult to accomplish. In today's video, this GC2 here is going to be giving you some tips you have most likely never heard of that could possibly be the one thing holding you back from reaching SSL. Also, I use these tips every time I load up Rocket League, and I believe that they have significantly made me a better player. Before we get started, it would mean the world to me if you guys could drop a sub on the channel and turn on post notifications. Do you ever load up Rocket League and maybe you're feeling tired, or maybe your hands are cold, or something is just making you feel slow and sluggish? This method I'm about to show you is how I have been warming up on Rocket League for years, even before this feature was introduced into the game. What you want to do is load up into free play, as you always should before playing ranked. You then want to open your settings and reduce your game speed to around 50%. After this, all you need to do is drive around in free play for as fast as you can for about 2 to 3 minutes. After that, you want to go back and put the game speed back to normal at 100%. Once you go back to warming up in free play, you are going to feel much faster and much more reactive, which will end up with you playing better. If you've ever thrown a weighted baseball and then gone back to throwing a normal baseball, but it feels like you're throwing a walnut, that is basically what this is like. It's a really good way to get warmed up even if you're not feeling slow, just because it makes you feel faster and more reactive. Now, this next tip can be taken in 2 types of ways. This is the idea of lowering your settings to performance mode. There are 2 ways in which this can impact your gameplay, and both of them are worth it. One of the reasons is that it improves your frame rate, but the reason that I am suggesting it is to block out any distractions on the map to help keep you focused. Look, Rocket League is a beautiful and pleasing game to look at. However, higher quality settings add features that can actually distract you from playing better. Features such as weather effects like rain, or features like bloom, depth of field, lens flares, and shading. When the quality is as bare as it can be, it allows you to focus much more on the match. For example, look at the difference between the settings being turned all the way up and then all the way down. You want to play with your quality settings all the way down and your performance settings all the way up in order to perform better. Another reason I happen to know for a fact that this is true is the switch over from console to PC. Rocket League on console does not run as many frames as it does on PC. When I first switched from 30 FPS on console to 60 FPS on PC, my rank immediately went up. I went from Diamond 3 to High Champ 1 just like that. My friends and multiple other people have also said the same thing. These are the settings that I use and that I recommend you use. All of your detail settings need to be set to the max performance. You should make sure to always keep transparent goalposts checked and on, with the rest of the boxes unchecked. Like I said, this also helps your game run more frames and run smoother. So overall, this is a tip that you 100% need to take advantage of and use if you haven't already. This next tip relates to the last one, as it also deals with distractions. This is creating a non-distracting car preset. Look, I know you probably love using the crazy and fun cosmetics and having as much fun with your car as possible, and that is 100% okay. But something that is going to heavily improve your gameplay is using a preset with as little distractions as possible. I'm talking no animated decal, no antenna, no topper, and using a simple boost and trail. Yes, I use a topper. I only use it because it makes me feel better when I'm dribbling. I don't know why, but it does. And if your preset makes you feel comfortable, then by all means use it. But the best route to take sometimes is having the least distracting car possible. Here's an example. This is probably what your car looks like, which is a ton of fun and super creative. And then something like this is what I'm recommending you to use in ranked gameplay. No animation, no over-the-top cosmetics, about as simple as it can get. If you don't think this is a good tip, look at the pros. I highly doubt you find one that doesn't have a car somewhat similar to this. Less distractions make more room for improvement. This next tip is probably the biggest one on the list because it has everything to do with your mindset and behavior in game. We all know, just like any other competitive game, Rocket League also has trash talking in it. But did you know that you can easily block it all out? Crazy, I know. I feel like the players that always cry and complain about their teammates being toxic to them are the same ones who allow them to do it to them. Do me a favor. Head on over to your chat settings and turn off literally everything. Unless you're at a higher rank where maybe your teammate wants to do a fake kickoff and they need to communicate that with you, you don't need quick chats. You should be able to communicate with your teammate through doing simple rotations and just knowing how to play the game. The last tip on my list that you may have never heard of is hiding your rank information. Now, the sad thing about this helpful tip is that it is only available on PC. If you're on PC and you don't have Bacchus installed, download it immediately. I will leave the download link for Box's mod in the description of this video. Not only is it useful for this tip, but it is the best plugin for Rocket League, and there is no reason you shouldn't have it. Once you have it downloaded, press F2 on your keyboard. Also, if you have a 60% keyboard or a keyboard that doesn't have F2 on it, hold the FN key and 2 at the same time. This will bring up a menu in game. Head on over to the Anonymizer tab and check this box. After that, you will then be able to check the box next to hide all rank information. It really surprised me how much this tip helped me when I first used it. The whole point is to remove the thought and worry of your rank information from your head so that you can focus solely on your in-game performance. A few weeks ago, I was stuck at Borderline Champ 3 GC1. I hid my rank information for a little over a week and I ended up at GC1 Div 3. This is because I had eventually gotten into the habit of running more and more games because my brain wasn't telling me to stop based on what my rank was. I didn't care if my rank had dropped or risen because I was genuinely enjoying competing in ranked. Seriously, you guys need to try out this method if you haven't already. It can do incredible things. Let me know down in the comment section if any of these tips helped you. And if they didn't, then tell me some that did end up helping you and how. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.